Jon Snow. He's back, but not as you remember. After the epic battles, the betrayals, and the secrets of Westeros, a new chapter begins. A new Jon Snow rises, and this isn't just the same hero with a familiar face. Everything you thought you knew is about to be rewritten. New alliances, unexpected enemies, and a mission that could change the fate of the North forever. But the real question is Jon stronger or more vulnerable than ever? And what dark truths from his past will come back to haunt him? Fans are already speculating. Could this Jon Snow be the key to the ultimate power struggle in Westeros? Or will the shadows of his past destroy everything he fights for? You don't want to miss a single moment of this transformation. We're breaking down every shocking detail about the new Jon Snow, from his allies to his enemies, his battles, and the secrets nobody saw coming. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because everything about this new Jon Snow is going to blow your mind. Fans have been dreaming about this for years, the Jon Snow spin-off. After everything we saw in Game of Thrones, the idea of following the Night's Watch hero beyond the wall, discovering new lands, facing dangers no one has ever imagined. It was a story begging to be told. Imagine Jon Snow leading the wildlings, uncovering hidden threats, and forging alliances that could change the fate of the North forever. The hype was real, and expectations were sky high. But here's the shocker, it's not happening. At least not for now. Kit Harington confirmed that the series, which had been in early development, has been shelved. HBO and Harington were working on it, exploring storylines, characters, and epic battles. But ultimately, they couldn't find the right story that would do Jon Snow justice. That's right, after years of speculation, after all the leaks and rumors circulating online, fans are left with a big empty space where the spin-off was supposed to be. And yes, those leaked concepts were wild. Rumors included Jon traveling even further north of the Wall, facing mysterious new enemies, and maybe even discovering untold secrets of the White Walkers. There were whispers about alliances with unknown tribes, epic sword fights, and scenes that could have redefined the Game of Thrones world. But for now, none of that is official. It's all stuck in development limbo. Of course, this doesn't mean Jon Snow's story is over. George R.R. Martin has teased that other Game of Thrones sequels are in the works. Jon could still return, maybe in a different story, maybe in another show or project, but for now, fans will have to imagine what could have been. The disappointment is real, but the possibilities remain endless. So what does this mean for fans? It's a mix of heartbreak and hope. We won't see Jon's adventures beyond the wall just yet, but the legacy of the character remains intact, and the door is open for a future that could finally deliver the epic story fans have been craving. Now let's talk about what could have been, the storylines that were being planned for Jon Snow's spin-off. Imagine this, Jon leading the free folk, venturing far beyond the wall into uncharted territories, facing dangers that no one in Westeros has ever seen. Leaks and rumors hinted at massive new landscapes, frozen wastelands, and hidden civilizations, places that could have expanded the Game of Thrones world in ways fans have only dreamed of. The spin-off was said to focus on Jon coming to terms with his past and his identity. No longer just the brooding hero from the North, he would have been a leader, a strategist, and maybe even a legend in his own right. Allies from the original series, like Tormund, or even a few surprise faces might have returned, but new characters, wild, unpredictable, and deadly, were planned to challenge him at every turn. And then there were the battles. Fans speculated about epic confrontations beyond the wall, potentially with remnants of the White Walkers or entirely new threats that could have dwarfed even the Battle of Winterfell. Strategic warfare, massive armies, and personal duels that test Jon's skill and morality were all part of the concept. Every fight would have shown not just Jon's combat ability, but his growth as a leader and protector of the North. But it wasn't just about action. The storylines also explored the psychological and emotional journey of Jon Snow. How does a man who sacrificed everything for the realm find purpose when the world thinks he's gone? How does he deal with the weight of his past, the decisions he made, and the people he left behind? The writers wanted to dive deep into Jon's character, showing a hero who's more complex, conflicted, and human than ever before. And while we'll never see these plans fully realized, the leaks and interviews gave us glimpses of what might have been. From alliances with mysterious tribes, to confrontations with enemies thought long gone, to discovering secrets of the North that could rewrite history, the spin-off promised a Game of Thrones story bigger than anything before. So while the series isn't happening right now, imagining these storylines shows just how epic Jon Snow's next chapter could have been, and why fans are still holding out hope that someday, somehow, we'll get to see him rise again. Now let's talk about the hidden locations and new worlds beyond the wall, the parts of the Jon Snow spin-off that had fans buzzing the most. The leaks hinted at vast frozen wastelands, towering mountains, and ancient ruins buried under the snow, places no one in Westeros has ever explored. These weren't just pretty backdrops. Each location was a story in itself, filled with danger, mystery, and secrets waiting to be uncovered. Some leaks even suggested Jon would discover forgotten civilizations, tribes with their own laws, cultures, and weapons, some friendly, some deadly. Every step into these lands would have tested his survival skills, his leadership, and his understanding of what it truly means to protect the North. Imagine Jon Snow navigating treacherous ice fields, negotiating with mysterious leaders, and uncovering history that could change the North forever. And it wasn't just about the physical challenges. These new worlds hinted at untold lore, secrets about the White Walkers, hidden magic, and ancient threats that might still linger in the frozen North. Jon's journey through these lands could have revealed truths that even fans never guessed, clues to the past, mysteries that tie into the original Game of Thrones story, and maybe even hints about the future of Westeros. In short, these hidden locations weren't just settings, they were a chance to expand the world we thought we knew. New dangers, new allies, and secrets buried in ice and snow would have pushed Jon to his limits, making every scene tense, thrilling, and unforgettable. Stick with me, because next we're diving into Section 7, dialogue snippets that reveal Jon's mindset, where we'll explore what Jon was really thinking in this untold story, and trust me, you'll want to hear every word. Now let's get into the dialogue snippets, the small leaked lines that give us a glimpse into Jon Snow's mindset in this untold story. Even in these brief moments, it's clear Jon wasn't just the hero we knew. He was older, more reflective, and carrying the weight of everything he had lost, and everything he still had to protect. The leaks suggested moments where Jon questions his own decisions, his role in the North, and what it truly means to lead. Lines hint at his struggle with identity. He's not just Jon Snow, the former Lord Commander or King in the North. He's a man haunted by his past, trying to find purpose in a world that feels colder and more dangerous than ever. Some snippets hinted at tension with new allies, showing Jon balancing diplomacy with survival. Other lines hinted at secrets he's uncovering, truths about the North, the White Walkers, and possibly things even he doesn't fully understand yet. These moments make it clear Jon is thinking strategically, emotionally, and morally, all at the same time. Every word carries weight, every decision could cost lives, and every conversation could change the outcome of his journey. Even the briefest lines reveal a side of Jon Snow we've never fully explored. More vulnerable, more human, yet still the hero fans love. And it's these small pieces of dialogue that make the story feel real, tense, and unforgettable, even if the spin-off never fully materialized. And that's everything we know, or at least what the leaks and rumors hinted at, about the new Jon Snow story that almost was. From the cancelled spin-off, to the hidden locations, the shocking dialogue, and the plot twists fans never saw coming. It's clear that Jon Snow's journey is far from over, even if this series didn't happen. The North is still waiting, the secrets are still buried, and the story of Jon Snow is still one we dream about, speculate on, and hope to see brought to life someday. Maybe HBO will return to this story, maybe another project will explore it, but one thing's for sure, the legacy of Jon Snow is untouchable, and his story will always inspire fans across the world. If you loved this deep dive into Jon Snow's untold adventure, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more epic Game of Thrones content, leaks, and breakdowns. Drop a comment below with your theories. What do you think would have happened in the spin-off? Thanks for watching.